up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the MMA Complex. My name is Josh.
And I'm James.
We're back. It is February 3rd? No, February 1st. Get ahead of myself. February 1st, 2018.
Although February 3rd is a very important date. It's my 1 year anniversary, which is crazy because it's we're only a week from your anniversary. Your anniversary was last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
So we're about a week apart. Kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy, yeah. That is kind of crazy. So yeah, no. My 5-year anniversary with my fiance. Cheers. Cheers. Was Saturday. Went to a Brazilian barbecue. Finally found a really good one. LA. One of my favorites is in San Diego, but this one's awesome. If you guys ever go, it's called Emerald Grill. It's in Koreatown over here in LA, and it was great. The ambiance, big place. The staff is really good. The meat and the food is amazing. There's live music. Both places I go to. It's about $50 a person. All you can eat, salad bar, stuff like that. $200 by the time I got out of there.
Oh my god!
Mm-hmm. If I would not have gotten the drinks and dessert,
that's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an anniversary. You kind of have to it's that once a year type of thing. So, but it was fun though. Do you have anything planned?
Just dinner, get a room.
Most important stuff. Most important part. Oh, what are we drinking right now?
Oh yeah, we are drinking. Ballast Point is the brand of the beer or the company. It's called Victoria C, which is a porter with coffee and vanilla. Josh and I are big on dark beer. We both like porters and stouts. So as far as MMA goes, a lot of things came out this week. Big matchups. So
a lot of big matchups.
Since that.
So with Brunson and Jacare though, that was a really good. You saw that?
Yeah.
It was quick, but it was the fact that when Jacare after he hit Brunson, he just pretty much walked him down. He's with his chest out, walked him down, and just threw a fuck, like
a fuck you punch.
Fuck you punch. You know what I mean? And then saw that he wasn't done yet and just kept on hitting him. It was pretty brutal, man. But in an awesome way.
Yeah,
it was cool.
No, it was very entertaining.
Yeah,
fast fight.
Yeah, it was a fast fight, but the card was all right. And then obviously Bellator 193 was. I don't know what number they're on.
Yeah, 183.
193, right? That was a great event. Those guys are great, awesome. Lorenz Larkin couldn't be nicer. And then that weekend, the Cormier Stipe news broke
at the weirdest time.
Yeah, it wasn't during the weigh-in, or it was during something.
Yeah,
it was during the weigh-in. Yeah,
it's a head scratcher.
Yeah,
why they would choose to release something big like that.
But my first thought was more of that was kind of quick. You know what I mean? I didn't think I thought it was going to be in negotiations, or I thought it was going to be a long process before they get the two together. If they did.
Well, apparently, I think Stipe was on Ariel's show, and he was saying that Thursday before his fight with Francis, didn't approach him coaching tough, and then eventually fighting DC in the super fight. And Stipe pretty much told Dana that he can't commit to anything because he hasn't even fought. With Stipe, he was all for it. It all depended on because his wife's expecting they're both expecting their first daughter.
Yeah.
So he wanted to make sure that if it's okay with the wife for him to go away for 6 weeks and film the show. She was okay with it. I guess at least going back and forth. And with DC, it was a matter of him talking to Kane and getting Kane's blessings in the situation.
Yeah, I mean, what's left for them in each of their divisions? Not much.
I mean, Kane's even talking about going down to 205.
I mean, he is a smaller heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a
He fights at 240, 235.
Well, then they're going to switch divisions then.
Yeah.
Kane will go down to 205.
Yeah.
But I always thought, Kane being a big guy, but, more of the smaller size, fast and agile, does pretty well against
he has
bigger.
A gut, and I think he can easily drop down to 205.
Yeah, he probably could.
But I think he said that his first fight would be at heavyweight back. Yeah. But he's expecting a fight.
this year. But I mean, when I thought about the match, I was like, okay, well, that was pretty quick. Cool, you know. I think it's a good fight for them. I mean, both of them deserve so much respect and have done so much and have gone through a lot to where it's like you don't want to see either one of their careers or their legacies kind of tarnished, and not tarnished, but diminished in a way by a loss, especially against two high competitors. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like you look at their division, you look at what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a loss for either guys wouldn't really matter. For DC, he's it's pretty much a DC story. Like here's a guy that's fought a heavyweight and was 13-0 at the heavyweight level or division, and then he's pretty much beat the who's who in both the heavyweight and light heavyweight, and then the guy he's lost to twice is John Jones. So here's someone that's trying to go up in weight and then be a two division champion to make history. With Stipe, if he wins, he's just pretty much just defending his title and extending his streak to 4 wins.
We have super fights are not so much rare now, but they're a big thing. And
I think this is their 4th champion versus champion.
Yeah.
In the IMG era. Well, I mean, it's for the heavyweight title.
Is it for the heavyweight title?
Yeah. I mean, the more the more I think DC can do it.
I think he can.
I think last week I was, on
because we did talk about the possibility.
He's really strong. His wrestling's really strong, and he's pretty fast at getting inside. He's obviously a smaller guy, but if he can get inside and get his hands on Stipe, it can be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then he also had everything going on with Ronda Rousey.
That was crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy. Was it Raw?
No, it was at the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. There you go. Yeah. Sunday, right?
Yeah. So it was in Philadelphia, and then I think it was first time that the women had their own Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Usually it's just the men's, but they implemented they added the women's Royal Rumble for the first time. So the crowd was really hot for it. I mean, they were expecting Ronda to make her in-ring debut as far as her participating in the Royal Rumble. So when it got to 29, they were chanting Ronda Rousey, and then Trish Stratus came out.
Oh, so they kind of people were like really like anticipating it.
Yeah. So then she, Asuka ends up winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
She gets to choose what champion she wants to face at WrestleMania, either the SmackDown champion, which is Charlotte, or the Raw champion, Alexa Bliss. And before she can give the answer, Ronda Rousey came out, and she didn't say nothing at all. She just walked in the ring and she pointed to the WrestleMania sign, exited the ring. No, she tried to shake Asuka's hand. Asuka kind of hid it away. Huh? And then at the end, she just shook, Stephanie McMahon's hand, pointed the WrestleMania sign again, smiled, and walked away. Which for me, it was like red flags. Just because it showed that her acting skills isn't the best. Even though she didn't say much.
Yeah.
It looked really cheesy. And with pro wrestling, and being good on the mic is as important as the wrestling.
Yeah, it's very important.
And kind of like working on your character, deciding what kind of character you're going to be. Her teammate Shayna Baszler, I think she got it down pretty well. She's a heel. She's like known to she's kind of being seen as a bully, as an MMA bully. They came to the wrestling world. And
do you think Ronda's going to be a face?
I heard rumors that they're going to have her and Shayna kind of form the 4 Horsewomen again in wrestling, mm-hmm. But then they're talking about either Ronda or Shayna Baszler betraying one another, or someone betraying somebody.
Are her other friends in it too? What's the name? They always said Marina and then
I think Marina has a mom now, and then what's the other girl? The girl from Invicta that always loses, tall one, model looking.
Yes. Fuck. What am I forgetting?
Yeah.
Everybody, people out there in the party know.
Yeah, but no. I think it's just Shayna and Ronda. I think they're gonna probably have 2 other girls kind of form a faction, but they're talking about either Ronda or Shayna kind of betraying one another.
I mean, what do you think about the move?
I think it's perfect for Ronda Rousey. I don't know. I mean, if she has a Brock schedule, then it'd be even more perfect. But she doesn't. She signed the contract for a full time schedule,
Yeah.
not for a part time schedule, which is kind of sad because I think it kind of, you know, if you're gonna have someone like Ronda Rousey come into your company, you want to use her as little as you can.
Yeah.
That way, when she does compete, it'll be something special. I think her being on TV every week will kind of be bland. It'll
Be too much, huh?
be too much for her, you know, because she's like a Brock Lesnar. She's like a special attraction
Very special.
where you
Yeah.
just
You don't want to use her too much.
No, you bring her out every couple months, and then you put her on the big shows, and that's it. And then you won't see her again.
Yeah. I don't think
That
she's
way
gonna be.
people are
How long do you think she's gonna do the full time schedule for?
She signed a pretty lengthy deal.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
she said on the ESPN interview that she's not in it for the cash grab, or she's not in it for just one event. She's in it for the long haul. She wants to do the full time schedule, but it's not smart.
it's not smart.
On the WWE's end. She should be a special attraction.
She should be a special attraction. I agree. Yeah, she should be like like Brock when he would come out, it'd be like a big thing every time he came out.
Even now, and he's had that deal for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been the champion for almost a year, which is crazy.
I don't know why she didn't go for a deal like that. Like, just I'm gonna be a part time, but I'm gonna come out often. But I'm not going to be like every SmackDown, every Raw, every SmackDown. I think she thinks in her head that she's thinking it's going to be awesome. And then after a while, she's going to be like, fuck no, I don't want to drive to Minnesota.
Yeah, because these guys like fly all the time.
Yeah.
And this is not the TV tapings, it's the house shows.
Yeah.
It's all that.
I don't think she's going to be down for it. I don't think so.
Like, she's never going to be home.
Yeah. And then
she's going to be living out of a suitcase.
She's just married. Travis Brown has 2 kids. She's a stepmom now, and it's like she's gonna be away from home. Yeah, you can't do a full-time schedule. This is
house shows, and then
come on. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna last. Her career in the WWE, I think there's a good chance of it lasting. Like Brock, if she plays it right. I don't know.
And then Brock even though Brock is really good on the mic, I think his mic skills are underrated. But I think what makes him special too is having a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman. And I think Paul Heyman does the same thing because Paul Heyman's great at selling his clients. If Paul Heyman kind of sells Ronda as, for those fans who don't know, who knows who she is but don't know her skill set, he can say, well, she's a beast of her own, and she's this and she's that, and really sell her hard, and get the fans.
But we know her. At least in terms of, like the inner workings of her career, obviously she may not make the best decisions. Where you would think it's like a no-brainer. Hey, you need to get somebody that can help you in this. Get in touch with Brock. Get to know the guy. Get Paul Heyman to join you. Yeah. And, I would do that. I mean, you already had someone has done it before already.
Because I think, it should be booked like Paul Heyman is managing the Beast, which is Brock, and he's also managing the female Beast, which is Ronda Rousey. Yeah, and those are his only 2 clients. Yeah, both of his clients are former UFC champions.
2 most dangerous people on the roster.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
2 people that actually fought in the UFC and MMA.
Yeah,
both former champions, and both were dominant in their prime.
Yeah, yeah.
And having those 2, and that's it. And then selling that.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to go that way.
It's no brainer, but
I don't think it's going to go that way. You would think that would be a smart move, but I don't think she's going to do that. And I don't think she's going to be able to keep up the full-time schedule. I just don't think she's like, I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. Because maybe she thinks that she's throwing all her eggs in this basket. This is all she can do. Yeah. She's not coming back to fighting.
And then the WWE is banking on MMA fans to kind of follow her into her pro wrestling career, but I mean, Eric Hawani put a poll on his website. Are fans? Are you guys excited to see Ronda Rousey? And most of them don't.
For me, I don't. I mean, I don't
because of how she was, how her career ended in MMA. I think if she would have,
I think that's a big thing. I think that plays a factor in it. If she handled it well, if she went out on her shield, like in a good way, like where she did the necessary changes and fought.
Then people would be happy for her.
Yeah, if she fought the way that she promoted herself outside of the cage, they would follow her, but she didn't. She fizzled out. She gave up. She threw in the towel basically, and walked away with her head down. Basically, I mean,
No.
no other way to put it. She kind of did. You know, you look at people who were big at that time, McGregor and her, and McGregor handled it one way and has done really well, and she handled it the opposite way, complete opposite way.
Extreme opposite way. Yeah,
So,
and it's like people kind of felt betrayed by her.
yeah,
Like she's the epitome of what not to do after you lose a fight. She's a big example of this is what you not do when you lose a fight.
Yeah, her slogan was "Do nothing, bitch," or whatever. Do nothing, be. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to see her rise and how fast she got to the top, and then how fast she went down.
And she still can't talk about her MMA losses, which is
it's kind of surreal.
It's crazy.
It's absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I want her to do well because she is still in some way representative of the MMA.
Sure,
yeah, so I want her to do well. You know, and hey, no hate, man. Just make your money. She was always a fan of wrestling anyway. And she does really well there. Develops a legacy, a career. I mean, she'll Olympic, MMA, and WWE superstar. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and being
that's awesome. I mean, shit.
Yeah, and be a champion in all three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she'll obviously have her flaws in her critics, but if she does that, which it looks like she's going to, then I mean, you gotta respect her, I guess, in some way.
She makes her official debut at WrestleMania, so
it's gonna be awesome.
No punning yet, but I think starting next week, I think start uploading her storyline.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm all for it. So
I think Luke Thomas said that. I think he tweeted saying that he's gonna have to sit down and watch WrestleMania, and he goes, "God help me."
Yeah. And then, there's a lot of other stuff going on, but let's get it right into fight picks.
Yeah, let's do fight picks.
So this weekend, you have UFC Fight Night, Machida versus Anders, and I watch a lot of MMA. I really haven't seen much of Eric Anders, and I don't really know what to make of him. He's 9-0, and this is in Brazil. Machida's last outing did not go well. They gave him a relatively like a newcomer basically, and we'll see how he goes. See how much he's got left. And then you have John Dodson, Pedro Munoz, Shevchenko versus Priscilla Cocohea, who was very attractive. I just saw Desmond Green, Michael Perez, blah 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 blah. So let's go with. I mean, there's not a whole lot of heavy. There's a lot of favorites on this card. The card's like so. I think it's on Fox, but Machida. What if this is like we're nearing the end of his career? I think he suffered a bad knockout loss his last fight against, I think, Brunson. He fights Eric Anders, a relative newcomer. What do you make of Machida's latter part of his career?
He hasn't been very consistent, but I mean, I've seen Anders' fight, and he's a killer.
Yeah,
he's a killer. I think this is a bad move for Machida. I think this is a bad fight for Machida. I think that he shouldn't have taken this fight. This reminds me of Cowboy and
Darren Till.
And Dylan Till. Yeah, I mean, this guy Anders has been looking very impressive in his fights, and he's been calling out names. He's pretty much been booking himself the way a young up and comer should be doing. You know, making a name out of guys who have an established name in MMA. And I think Anders is going to win this fight, and I don't see Machida winning this fight. And I see Anders, finishing Machida.
I mean, the way he's looked, it wouldn't be a surprise. I hope for his sake, for his legacy, it's not the case.
It's a bad fight for Machida.
Yeah, it's a bad fight for him, man. But I mean, hopefully he can. In terms of being a fan of his, I mean, it'll be sad to see him go out to the fall, the downhill, slow down slope of his career. But Yeah, this is a dangerous fight for him. I think we're getting to that point where, you know, yeah, a lot of fights are going to be a very dangerous fight, and I think people have figured out the puzzle. More and more now. It just seems like people are figuring out the puzzle,
especially with guys like Stephen Thompson, guys who have that's karate style, base striking. Yeah,
and it worked for a long time. It worked for a long time.
It's just part of the MMA striking.
Yeah. He slowed down, and guys have figured him out.
Yeah, and he has a lot of miles on it. I mean, he's not that old, but he has a lot of fighting miles on him.
Yes.
He's been knocked out numerous of times, and it's just we're seeing the tail end of Machida, unfortunately. And I think that he hasn't been consistent in his fights, and he hasn't looked the best.
No, and like I hope, he has a good fight. I hope it's a good fight, and but I think it's going to be a tough fight. And in terms of his legacy, I think he's always going to be held in high regard. He's always going to be respected. His legacy is pretty damn good, and what he brought to the game. He was one of those people that just stood out because of his style, especially coming from a traditional.
Yeah, I mean, he helped evolve MMA to what it is now. He brought in that karate style.
Yeah, he brought in that karate style, which a lot of guys, like Stephen Thompson, are using now. And a lot of guys brought up from that era, and he was always a good fighter. His championship reign was short, but always top contender. And I think we're seeing the end of it. And fighting guys like Anders, who are young, tough, it's gonna be hard for him.
Yeah, I agree.
You have Dodson coming out again here. You have Shevchenko, who's looking to get the winner of Rose and Joanna, the rematch. So she's looking to get that. Hopefully she's got to win her fight, obviously, to get that going. But she's looking out. She's a one to watch in this card.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the Shevchenko fight is probably the people's main event.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all these people fight. But yeah, man. I mean, that's our show.
Yeah,
that's our show. Man.
Fun one.
We'll see you guys all next week. There's a lot of good fights this weekend, obviously with the UFC and over in Brazil, and then next week we'll be on try to get some guests for you. Also, EBI is coming up soon in like a week or two. Mm-hmm. And then you have what else? Is King of the Cage is this month too in a couple of weeks, so it's gonna be cool, man. And then we'll try to get some people on for next week.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm Josh. Go to themmacomplex.com. Get everything the MMA Complex. Shoot us a message. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, give us a 5-star rating if you're listening on iTunes. It'll help the show get noticed. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down below. Tell your friends about it. And also follow us on social media. You can follow me on Twitter at MMA Complex James. You can follow him on Twitter at MMA Complex Josh. You can follow the show on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all under the MMA Complex. Stay tuned. It's 2018 is gonna be a good year for you guys, for us, and for you guys as well. And enjoy the rest of the week and enjoy the fights.